Today we're gonna build a house in The Sims. Shocking. I know. Bet you didn't see that one coming. And this house, I tried to use just the base game and the Dream Home Decorator pack because for some reason I haven't done that yet. Usually when a new pack comes out, like the first thing I do is make a couple builds with just the new pack and the base game so that people can download it when they get the pack. And then for some reason with this one, I just didn't. I just used a bunch of packs from day one. I don't really know why, but you know what? A couple weeks later, we're fixing it. I am building a house with just the base game and the new pack. And I must admit, this one took me a little bit to figure out what I wanted to do. So you'll see I had some bulldozing that I did. I built a shell and I was like, no. And then I bulldozed it, I started over, and I usually cut that kind of thing out, but I figured it was important to leave in on this one, you know, because it's one of those things that we've all done. We all start this way, you know, you build a house, you bulldoze the house, you do it again, maybe 3-4 times until you figure out what you want it to look like. That's not just me, right? I know you do that too. I know you do. And I did have a picture of a house that I was looking at, and I wanted to make something similar, but I didn't want it to be identical, so I kind of struggled to figure like my groove out, you know, but once I got there, I think it looks pretty good. This house is a bit different than my usual ones because I never use these types of roofs. I don't know if you noticed, but I always use like the gabled roofs. I never use these hipped roofs, but this one I did. So we're branching out with a new kind of roofing. I feel like this is more classic, like realistic suburban house in real life. And obviously it was very similar to the picture. So I do it sometimes, but I think I just prefer the way the other roofs look. I don't know. I think we all kind of have that style that you sort of stick to. Clearly I do because a lot of my builds look the same. I know they do. It's okay. But this house is a different color. It's brown and not blue. So there. There, I did something different. I don't know. I did build this on stream, so I'll link that stream down below if you want to watch it back. And obviously, I'll link my Twitch channel. I stream every single day. I don't know if you knew that. Well, I don't stream on Sundays, but every day but Sundays I stream. And I do a lot of building on my Twitch channel. It's like my favorite thing to do. I think you can probably tell from my YouTube videos that I quite enjoy building in The Sims, and I do a lot of it on Twitch. So if you ever want to watch this kind of thing live, it's just more fun, I feel like, to spend the 3 hours that it takes me to build this, and then I cut it down into like a 20-minute speed build, but it's kind of fun to be there live. I don't know. And speaking of live, today is actually kind of a big deal because today I'm gonna be on the GCX live stream. GCX is the Gaming Community Expo. It's a convention, and they have a marathon charity stream for an entire week straight, like from Sunday to Sunday. They're live 24/7 with a bunch of different creators having 4-hour time slots, and my time slot is today. So I'm gonna be live on their channel from 4 to 8 p.m. Eastern time. That's 9 p.m. in the UK, if that helps you figure out time zones. So if you want to come by, we're going to be playing The Sims. I'm going to do some rags to riches stuff because I feel like that's a good way to introduce The Sims to like the new people that might be there, you know? It's by playing rags to riches with Stanley Humphrey. So I'm going to try that out. But I put some like monetary incentives for this charity event. It's an event to raise money for St. Jude. They've so far, as of recording this, raised $3.5 million for St. Jude this week on these streams. So like no pressure. It's kind of a big deal, but I made some incentives for mine. Okay, so hear me out. I've got them on my phone. If we raise $10,000 total in our block, I'll put on the weenie suit, obviously, to match Stanley. But if you donate $100, I'm gonna make cupcakes with the cupcake machine because I think that's a good way to like, when we're playing rags to riches, you have to get enough money to like buy the cupcake machine, you know, and then constantly be making cupcakes. Who needs a kitchen when you can just have cupcakes galore? And honestly, I never use that thing, so I'm taking my chance. If you give $250, I will give Stanley 1,000 simoleons because I need some kind of good here. Because $500 makes me bulldoze my lot, and every $1,000 we raise total, this is like everybody's donation combined, I will remove all of his money. So like if the goal goes up to like 1,000, then I say, okay, 0 simoleons for Stanley. Oh, we're at 2,000, back to 0. So I think what I'm trying to do is like force myself to keep spending the money to upgrade the house and like never have money in my inventory. Otherwise, I'm gonna lose all of it if we raise money for St. Jude. And I think it's gonna be a bit chaotic and also very fun. Like, I think this is a good method that we've laid out here, right? At least, I mean, I'm the one who made up the goals, but it seems kind of exciting. I mean, cupcake machines and like lot bulldozing. And you know what else? If we're trying to have the cupcake machine constantly, if I have to like bulldoze the lot, then I have to buy a new cupcake machine every time. So like the majority of this stream is just gonna be me having a cupcake machine and probably nothing else. Like, we'll sleep on a bench outside, we will go to the gym to shower and pee, but we will have a cupcake machine, and that's it. I feel like it'll be a fun way to introduce like non-simmers to The Sims. The last time I did a thing like this, I was on Dr. Lupo's charity stream for St. Jude, and we had a similar like donations affect the gameplay, but I was doing a build, like just a build, and so there was like a host in the call with me, and whenever somebody donated, I had to place a rubber duck for every $10 donated to St. Jude. I had to bulldoze the lot, we had to like delete objects, people could request different wallpaper colorings, but people kept bulldozing it, so I'd finally start like getting close to finishing like the exterior of the house, boom, bulldoze it. It was the most chaotic hour of my life, I swear. It was a lot of fun. I just love this kind of thing, so if you want to drop by, I'm gonna be on the GCX event Twitch channel. That's twitch.tv/GCX event. So I'll link that down below for you, and I will let you know how it goes. Don't worry, I'll keep you posted. I don't expect Stanley to be that successful. This is probably not going to be our best rags to riches attempt, but that's okay. You know, we'll try our best. I'm not sure how I want him to earn money yet either. I haven't really thought that part through. So that should be interesting. It'll be a fun stream. I love to do like Sims challenges like that. I feel like you can never go wrong. They're just always exciting. But anyway, the house is kind of coming along now. I sort of skipped over and just talked the entire time I was trying to figure out the floor plan, so you might have missed what just happened there, but I really struggled with the floor plan on this one. It took me a long time to figure it out because the upstairs is kind of like long and skinny, so I was having a hard time putting the stairs somewhere that actually made sense, but I managed to make it work. This is actually a really big house. It ends up being like 6 bedrooms, and I was trying to make it decently affordable. Like, my goal originally was to have like a 5-bedroom, 40,000 simoleon house. It ends up being closer to 60,000 simoleons. I think it's like 57,000 if I remember correctly, which is a little bit more than 40,000, but I tried. I always give myself these lofty goals of like, I want it to be no packs and 40,000 simoleons, but 12 Sims can sleep here. Like, I just pick one challenge at a time, Kayla. You know, you can do just like the cheap house or just the big house. You don't have to make it like every possible challenge combined. I mean, you can be a little bit easier for this one if you want, but anyway, we went all out with this, okay? And it is still decently affordable. And again, the goal was to make a house that you guys could all download, something you could easily use and play in if you buy the Dream Home Decorator pack, you know? And so I did just that. And honestly, this pack, it's got some nice, like, more contemporary furniture, but I think it's also good for making like really decently sized family homes. Like, all of the new bunk beds and stuff are so perfect. Like, the lofted beds with desks underneath is great for like a good big family house with like 5 kids. Like, the bunk beds just fit in perfectly with that. And honestly, the cabinets are so nice. The big sofas are so nice. Like, it's just a great size furniture to use for like bigger families, you know? The 100 baby challenge is like shaking when it thinks about this pack. Okay, but quick life update. I did tweet about this, but just in case you don't follow me on Twitter and you missed it, by the way, my Twitter is linked down below. I think I'm gonna not upload on Wednesdays on my main channel for the next few weeks at least. If you didn't know, my boyfriend Dan is moving to the US from the UK at the end of July, and so I'm trying to make sure I've got like some videos pre-recorded and backlogged for like the moving process, because one, he's my editor, so I need his help to make the videos, and if he's moving, he can't really do that very easily. But two, like, I want to be able to help him move, and we have a lot of like immigration stuff to deal with before and after the move, so there's just a lot going on right now, and so I'm gonna try and not post on Wednesdays so that I can more easily backlog to like have more videos recorded for like that weird process of him coming here, you know? So I'm gonna take some time. It's not really time off. I'm just gonna like not post on Wednesday so I can save that for a future day, you know? Because it's just, there's a lot going on right now. It's a weird time in my life with Dan moving here and like all this visa stuff going on. So bear with me. I'm just trying to get some videos backlogged so I don't miss like a ton of uploads in a few weeks, you know? But luckily the new expansion pack is coming out soon. So honestly, that could not be better timing for me having to like backlog and pre-record videos. Like, the new pack coming out is great for me. Like, I just have a little bit of early access days, and then I can knock out some videos and have a bunch of like new content to post for you all with the new pack. So I'm just trying to like prep in advance so I can prep in advance, you know? Like, I want to pre-record for when the pack comes so that I can pre-record a ton with that too. This sounds so silly, but basically I'm just trying to get some videos backlogged so that I don't miss anything once he's here. You get it. And if you're curious about that visa process, I'm gonna link the video I made about it down below, because then you can have all your questions answered. So I'll put that in the description box for for you. There's just a lot going on right now. I'm not gonna lie. It's a busy time in my life. This visa business is a bit stressful, but it's okay. It's almost over. It's just now we're like in the thick of it, you know, where he's actually got like the interview coming up in like 2 weeks and but everything's okay. We're gonna get through this. Anyway, you'll see this house coming together. You'll notice there's like 2 bedrooms on the right side and then the parents' bedroom on the left side. And then upstairs, there's like 3 more bedrooms. So it's a really decently sized house. It's also got like 4 or 5 bathrooms, I think. We'll have to check because I don't really remember. There's so many that they all blend together in my brain. But there's like, in my mind, 2 kids' bedrooms down here. Upstairs, there's an office space that obviously you could make into a bedroom if you needed to, but is up to you. I have an idea, by the way. This house is very generic, like lilsimsie build, so this is not a good example of this, but I love to make like mid-century modern type houses in The Sims. I just love to make like decades type builds in The Sims. I made this like 70s inspired house once, and it was one of my favorite builds to ever do, ever. And I was thinking, if they're gonna do kits, there was a pack like this back in The Sims 3, but if they're gonna do kits now, wouldn't it be so cool to have like decades inspired kits? Even if they did like some historical furniture somehow, or like, I don't know, some like 70s themed pack or something. I think that would be so much fun. That appeals to me so much. I'm so curious to see what else they do with the kits, because that is honestly good for clothing as well, like for build stuff and clothes, to have like some historical clothing items and like some historical furniture. That really excites me as a person who likes to make houses like that. And right now, especially with like super old things, it's really hard to make like an old house. If you wanted to have a house that was built in like the, I don't know, 1800s, you know, if you're trying to have a house and play with like little to no electricity, and maybe you don't want to have like fancy plumbing or fancy kitchen stuff, we kind of have like one fridge and stove that feels appropriate, but I almost want to have even older seeming things. I don't know, kits are supposed to be kind of niches, right? So it seems like a good opportunity to do something like that, but we'll see what happens. They're probably going to do more gameplay based kits too, and I've mentioned before, but my theory, my concept for a gameplay based kit that I'd like to see, because we got the vacuum one, which is a bit, I don't know, fine. But I was thinking, wouldn't it be so cool if they made like a kitchen appliances sort of kit, and it had like a deep fryer or a toaster or like a blender or something, so you can make smoothies or homemade French fries, and it comes with the new recipes. Like, that excites me so much. I think that would be so cool. Obviously, I have no idea what their plans are, but the idea of kits, because they're so new and we don't really know what their plans are to do with them, I'm really interested to see like what else is gonna come with kits. Like, what else are they gonna add? I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. There's a lot happening with The Sims right now. They've released so much content recently. Like the kit, the game pack, and the expansion pack all in a couple months. Like, oh my gosh. But anyway, this build is based on the game pack that we also just got. It's on my gallery if you want to download it. It also only has the base game and the new kit, so if you want to use it and you bought, I mean, not the new kit. See, there's too much new content. It's the base game and the new game pack. So if you want to download it or play in it, if you bought the game pack, you should be able to use it super easily. Anybody who has that pack will be able to use this house. And I tried very hard to use like every single item from the new kit, which wasn't so hard because there's a lot of good stuff in there. I ramble so much in these videos. With that being said though, we've come to the end of the build now, so I want to pop into the game for real and show you what it looks like actually in game. This is where I live with my sim, Mr. Seaman. The game randomized the name, okay? I didn't do this. Spoilers! Don't look at the restaurant I built. Oh, that is for a future speed build. I told you, I'm trying to backlog videos. This is the house. Did it delete my terrain paint? Okay, I am not upset. I'm not upset. I don't understand why it does that. Like, that is the weirdest glitch, it deleting terrain paint. How does that make any sense? That you load into the lot and the terrain paint has disappeared? I don't know. But either way, this is the house with the terrain paint back. It costs 57,421 simoleons. It's called 60K Dream Home Decorator on the gallery if you want to find it. Here's the back of the house. You can see it's got a small patio. There's like some little planter boxes, some kids equipment, even a grill so that your Sims can obsessively use the grill every 5 minutes and constantly start fires in your backyard. I used debug landscaping because I was trying to save money and we didn't have a lot left when I was getting to the outside of the house. There's a patio with a chess table because I can't stop myself. Every build has one, but when you actually walk into the house, it kind of has this like blue and yellowy sort of color scheme, which kind of feels appropriate given the like color of the wood tones from the pack. There's not a ton of decorations in the kitchen because we didn't really have that much money left over. There's a small kitchen. It's got my stovetop deleted. My stovetop. Oh no. Okay, I had originally placed it on top of the oven, but I don't know if it lets you keep it there. I know it functions because I've used it before when I was playtesting, but it deleted it and you can't place it without move objects on top of the oven. So I don't know about that, but I placed them there. We've got a nice sectional sofa, TV space. There's 2 little hallway areas. One of them takes you into the parents' room. They have their own room with an ensuite bathroom. And then on this side of the house, there's 2 kids' rooms and they have a shared bathroom as well. One's like more pink and yellow, and then the other one is more like blue and orange. I love these new beds. I think this bed might be one of my favorite ones in the entire game. It just has so many good swatches. I like the colors on these are so cute. You just can't go wrong. Like the purple and green, they're really nice. There's a small dining space. Given how big this house is, there's not really enough space for all the Sims to dine, but I did my best. Upstairs, there's 2 more kids' bedrooms and then a 3rd bedroom that I have set up as an office. There's also 2 bathrooms up here, so these kids are kind of lucky. They sort of each have their own. One of them's a bit more pink, other one's a bit more green. I tried to have a lot of skill building things. I was kind of picturing the Sims up here being more like the teenagers and then the kids live downstairs. So one of them's into painting, one of them has a guitar and a computer, and then this is like the parents' home office or something upstairs. You know, with COVID and working from home and whatnot, everybody needs one, right? To be fair though, like I like to put offices in my Sims houses when I have space for them because this one just has a computer and like bookshelves. But do you know how often you have a random like skill building items you need space for? Like where are you gonna put the cupcake machine? Probably in here because there's nowhere else for it. Everybody needs a weird random item room in The Sims. It's just necessary, you know it is. You gotta have one in your Sims houses. It's the only way. But that is the house finished. You know, I'm sorry that my builds are always like this. I feel like my speed builds are so all over the place. I just sit here and I talk for like 20 minutes, but I need this. It's a chance to get things off my chest, you know? And in this case, to announce exciting things like the GCX St. Jude charity stream. So again, I'll have the GCX channel linked down below. That's at 4 p.m. Eastern time. And I'll also link my Twitch channel because if you want to watch me build in The Sims live, I've got it for you all the time, like pretty much every day. Oh, and you missed this, but me and Vixella yesterday, we played Mario Kart together. It was really fun. Anyway, on that note, I will leave you be and stop rambling. I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye everybody. If you like speed builds, by the way, I have so many of these. They're kind of like little mini podcasts in my humble opinion because I just talk about nothing for 20 minutes. So I will link the playlist down below.